my opinion, Kerry Von Erich was always going to be the most talented, the most over, and the most accomplished Von Erich. Many say that his older brother David was set to be the standout brother and was also set for an NWA title run. But that was not set 100% in stone prior to his death. It's rumored that David would have won the title instead of Kerry at some point, but never confirmed as truth. I had always been of the belief that it was the death of David himself that sparked the NWA to give Kerry his short run with the belt. I didn't think that any of the Von Erichs, would have won the belt without David's death taking place, including David. I'll admit it there, I was probably wrong. Would David have been NWA champ? Probably yes, but in the long run, Kerry would have been the biggest star even if he hadn't been the one to beat Flair. David would have been continually successful. World class, obviously, and I say that, can't stress it enough. And also in the NWA. But I don't believe that Vince McMahon would have seen dollar signs. Many online over the years have debated that David would have been the perfect to play the quote-unquote Undertaker gimmick, but I just can't see it. Kerry had a way better look. Kerry had charisma. David had a little. Kerry had decent interviews, although sometimes rambling. David's were, always straightforward and dry. David was good and sometimes great worker. Kerry was an amazing worker. Not only was Kerry, unfortunately, using drugs, as was David, but he was missing part of his right foot after a 1986 motorcycle accident. I never noticed, most people never noticed, the fact that he went out there night after night without part of his foot, having entertaining matches without giving away his secret, is actually beyond amazing. I have heard some in the wrestling business call Kerry a moron, but men like Bret Hart and Roddy Piper stood up for Kerry and said nothing could be further from the truth. Oh, and for the record, I also thought that Kevin Von Erich was better than David for many of the same reasons. He had a match with Ric Flair for the NWA title in '85 that, I have watched and I absolutely love. On the flip side, you have Flair, David Von Erich match, St. Louis in '83 that I watch, and matches less exciting in my honest opinion. Of course, if you ask me, Kerry's victory over Flair in May of '84 is the most exciting of all. His cage match with Flair in 1982 of December is legendary as well. For the record, both David and Kevin had seemingly won the NWA title from Flair in '83 and '85 respectively, only to have the decisions reversed. Just my opinion. Kerry would have been better had it not played out the way it did. I keep on going back to the Von Erichs because the Von Erichs, man, they were one of the reason why I really started watching wrestling. We have heard, the argument here, before I leave, of how David would have been the most countless times over the years. Kevin has always been, spoken with great respect. When it comes to Kerry, his supreme athleticism is mentioned, And then straight to the demons, the drugs, and the accident, the foot, the suicide. But Kerry had it. I think Kerry could have made it anywhere. He seemed to have been pretty over in WWF as a Texas Tornado, even with the foot and his heart not being in it. I can't imagine the older brothers, the other brothers getting over without the Von Erichs name. Had tragedies not happened, I think Kerry would have left them all in the dust. I hope all is well.